Hi there, I'm Kris. I'm a radical self-love mentor, and I just noticed how crooked my pictures are. Just ignore that. I'm so excited to share my art journaling ideas with you ladies. Art journaling has changed my life. I guide courageous women to increase their energy, vitality, and well-being naturally, while also helping you to break through your self-sabotage using my wholehearted self-love method. And I'm using notes here just so I can stay on track. So art journaling, I started art journaling, I think it was 2005, and I struggled with a lot of different things, including fear, self-doubt, self-sabotage, not being courageous or brave. And this has really helped me move forward and transform my life. So art journaling is a tool that incorporates mindfulness, self-expression, self-healing, self-reflection. And I just wanted to give you the definitions of each of those. So self-healing is acting or serving to heal or repair oneself. It gives us control over your emotions and your thoughts. Mindfulness is a state of being conscious or aware, and just staying in that present moment is mindfulness. It helps slow down. It helps if we can slow down and notice our surroundings and just notice what's going on in our day. Self-expression is expression of one's feelings, thoughts, or ideas, mainly by using art, dance, writing, or music. And then self-reflection is meditation or serious thought about one's character and action. And for me, self-reflection, if I get out in nature, I can really focus and self-reflect, basically. Art journaling helps develop your creative skills, your self-care, and your personal development. Art journaling is used to reduce stress. It encourages and sparks creativity and problem solving. It also helps empower your thinking and gives you courage and self-confidence. Mindful art journaling helps with over-drinking and overeating. Those are two things that I struggled with drinking. I'm almost in like a week, I'm almost at 4 years. I'll be alcohol-free for 4 years. And overeating were one of my addictions. Mindful art journaling can also help with any addiction or anything that when our mind stays busy, that monkey mind. So shopping, gambling, overeating, like I said. What was the other one I wrote? Scrolling, did I say scrolling social media? That's a huge one for a lot of people. And I even fall in that trap if I'm not careful and I'm not aware of what I'm doing. So mindful art journaling helps by keeping you aware of your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions. And when we become aware and stay in the present moment, it helps us feel less stress and less anxiety. And it helps us to not nervous eat or eat nervously, whichever way you want to put it. Art journaling is a place where you can express your intimate feelings with images. And of course, if you've ever saw my work, you know I love words. I love the power of words. Here's an example of, this says, thank God for what you have, trust God for what you need. And I actually create the same exact mixed media modality in my art journals that I'll show you in a few minutes. So even if you have just a few minutes a day, it helps improve your mood. Using a pen and paper to write slows you down and helps you engage with both parts of your brain. The left part of the brain is the mechanical process for writing. The right is the creative side. So your art journal is a magic portal, and each page is a journey. Explore your own magical and curiosity of wonder. Follow your true North Star by relaxing and creating art and doing it in this fun art journaling method. My classes are all about making art that's true to you. Use the supplies and tools that you have on hand. Don't go out and spend a lot of money and get in debt on art supplies. And trust me, that was my most favorite thing to do, is buy art supplies. The paper supply store like Office Max and the craft stores. I just love paper products and art tools. So just be careful. Let's see, it can get overwhelming and pricey. If you go on a shopping spree, you'll have lots of time to add to your supplies. So just, I've got a few here I'll share with you in a minute. Use a paper plate, or I tear off a piece of foil when I paint. You've got one side, two sides, then you can open it up 3, 4. I've used foil for 38 years with painting, so I just love it. Let's see, you can use, so the styrofoam paper plate is the type that works the best. The aluminum foil to pour your paint on, a jar for water. I recently just bought this for my water because my other paint jar kind of got all gooey and yuck, and I like a little bit fresher. Keep a paper towel, dry one at your place. I like to keep a roll of paper towels. Baby wipes are handy to keep at your art table. Let's see, use a piece of wax paper to protect your pages in between your art journal, because sometimes when you're painting, it gets to the other side and can smudge up your other pages. You can use an old towel or a tablecloth to protect your service. You can get the tablecloths for $1 at the dollar store. A spray bottle. You need a spray bottle. You can use your fingers to paint. You can use an old credit card or a key card from a hotel, paintbrush. I have like hundreds of paintbrushes, but this is my main one I love to Mod Podge with. So let's see. Okay, so let me see here. So when you're creating in your art journal, taking care, if you can get away for just a few minutes a week, a few minutes a day would be awesome, but I know it's really hard with families, and we need to create that habit. It took me quite a while to create that habit of having an artist date with myself weekly, and then it's become daily, where it's part of my winning my morning routine. Just helps me keep that clear mind so that I can stay away from overeating and over drinking. Words are powerful. You can, if you sit down at your kitchen table or your art desk or whatever, wherever you're creating, and you can't think of what to create, sometimes it helps if you just think of a word you need to work on, like strength. You need more strength, or you need more happiness, or you want more joy, or you want to feel more powerful in your day-to-day stuff that you're doing. Use one of those words and use that write it out. I'll show you, actually, I'm going to show you that right now. You can write gratitude statements in your art journal to get you started. You can go on brainyquotes.com, and they have every quote you can imagine that's out there. You can grab a word that inspires you from a book or a magazine and use different colors. Let your thoughts flow and try not to get in your own way. So let me quickly show you something. So this is my favorite kind of art journal. It's spiral, it lays flat. If you have a bound book like this, an art journal like this, they normally don't lay flat. And so it's hard to create in because you've got that big bump in the middle. All right, so I'm going to show you. Let me find a blank page. Oh, okay, here's a blank page. And I'll show you one way if you get stumped or stuck and you're not sure what to do to get going with art. I'm going to show you this. Let me get my camera the right way. All right, so I just pulled out some colors here. Let's say I wake up that morning and I've had a horrible night's sleep and I just need a little extra hope. Hope that today is going to go better than my night did. And I just need to focus on hope, not get down on myself, not not be depressed, and just start doodling around it. Just make a simple design. This is just an idea. You can create however you want, but this really helps get your mind, your brain or your mind relaxing, your subconscious, that's our negative part, kind of sets it aside, and just go ahead and doodle. Go ahead and relax. My blue doesn't work very well. And you can fill this whole page, keep doing continual colors. You could just do this and start writing you some messages. This pink pen's kind of sad too, I guess. Had them sitting in a pen jar, and I should have tested them first. So just go ahead and choose a word, something that you need to work on, and start doodling. And pretty soon, if you focus and listen to your thoughts, you'll think of other marks you want to make or other ways you want to create. Let's see here. So these are some of the things I shared. So if you're at this video series, if you paid the $17, you read my blog post, and I shared some stuff in there, 6 tips. I wrote it down with 6 tips to begin art journaling, but I pulled a few pieces out of it, and I just wanted to refresh or remind you what it had said. So I've been painting since 1983. I started art journaling in 2005. When art journaling and why I use it is it helps my mind shift into relaxation mode, and my thoughts become clearer. Why does this matter? What does this do for me? So I haven't, like I said, I haven't drank since September of 2018, and it has really helped my monkey mind slow down. When I have an active monkey mind, or when any of us do, and we're going, and we schedule too many things in our calendar, in our day, things get crazy, and then we get stressed, and then we have anxiety, and then some people have panic attacks, or you get depression, and we reach for our vice. We reach for the thing that we like to numb out with. Everybody's is different. Some people's are Cheetos, some people's are M&Ms, some people's are bread and butter, just some alcohol. Mine used to be, I was a beer lover. And so this has really helped slow down my brain. There are several types of art journaling that I do. I'm going to show just a couple here. Let me just see. Okay, so my first one is, you can take a child's foot. I go buy one from Desert Industries or a thrift store. You can tell this was Pinocchio. And I put gesso on the front and started to apply gesso on the back. And I'm going to create a different cover for this that will tie in with what my journal is on the inside. So I love, like I said, I love to use words. And I just covered the back of this with paint. It's not finished. I just want to show you some examples. This is first layer, because as you can see, you can still see the words. Sometimes I let it see through and see the words. Let's see, Desperate for the Truth. So this I took drywall tape from Home Depot. You can buy a roll. I like the texture of that. And I put that little magazine cut out over it, and it says Desperate for the Truth. I created this, started creating this, I think 10 years ago. And I was desperate for the truth to figure out how to stop drinking. I want to get real. I don't want to stagnate in this muck. I find myself raw and disoriented. What is real? I don't want to keep living these mean and destructing lies. So I just type up little messages and cut them out and Mod Podge them in. Kind of stuck in there. Let me find one more page. Confusion. I worked really hard to get out of my shell and find out who I was. What if the only sparkle I have left is in my eyes? I am so tired of fighting this disease and not living up to my full potential. Okay, this is also my diabetes disease. I've struggled for a lot of years with it. I've had uncontrolled blood sugar levels. I I've always struggled with food. I had body image issues, and it's always been a struggle for me. And it's really, really hard. And when you can get these words out, it just works on our neurological, rewires our brain. And when you sit and read this over and over and over, it's scientifically proven you can rewire your brain. So it really helps. Am I a failure? I have a successful family, successful business, but my health needs work. I am deteriorating. Remember the truth of who I am and why I am here. Sorry, I haven't read this for so many years, and it's bringing up a lot of emotion. I still have all these words. I'll just share one more. So here are some of the words I told you could use. I want to be in the light and feel my truth. I am strong. I am brave. I am good. I'm kind-hearted. I am God's creation. So these are words I needed to work on. I didn't feel strong, so I wanted to use I am strong so I could sit and use those power words over and over and over and start feeling strong. I am brave. I never felt brave back then. And so you want to use words that you would like to work on. I deserve my help. I deserve to feel good and have so much energy. And I'm embarrassed to say it took me a lot of years to get to the point I am today. But you just have to use the art journaling method, and you just keep on working and don't give up. So there's that one. Let's see. Okay, I forgot to grab a lined notebook. So what I'm just going to explain it. So the lined notebook, I was trying to see if I have one here on my desk. The ones we use in school, they're thin pages, and you can art journal in those. Actually, this kind of paper, just, the spiral bound, but you'll want to Mod Podge. Here's the Mod Podge, a couple of pieces of the paper together, and just take a clean card and you'll smooth it out. You'll press hard and smooth it out. Trying to think if I can show you. I'll show you Mod Podging on the next book. I just don't have an example to show with the lined paper. Excuse me. And you can decorate the front. I showed you that. You don't need to know how to draw and paint to do this type of art journaling. Okay, so I showed you, this is my favorite kind. Let me just show you again. It's the Canton brand. I bought this one, or Canson, I apologize, Canson. Mixed media, you don't need to use the watercolor paper. This is 98 pounds. It's pretty thick. And then art, let me find one. So art journaling. Okay, so here's a simple one that I did. And the day I did this, I wanted possibilities. I wanted to focus on there are possibilities. So you can just use one word. You can journal out a bunch of words like I showed you. I taught a class a while back and we made permission slips. So permission to, I just hand drew these out. They're pretty basic. A triangle, no. Oh my gosh, you guys, forget it. Okay, so draw this out and make your little tab for a kind of the little permission slip. And I wrote 3 things that I needed to work on. So stop playing small, go for it. Be brave, charge what I'm worth. Unplug, winning my morning. This was December 2021. So I was working on being consistent with winning my morning. So just whatever you're working on, that could be your art journal for the day. Here's another one I did, February 22 of this year. Permission to relax for 5 minutes. Go easy on myself. Again, be brave. I've worked on being brave for a long time. So there's those. Okay, now I'm going to show you, one second, remember that there's no accidents. We have happy little accidents, like Bob Ross used to say, and I love Bob Ross. Set your perfectionism aside and trust the process. And then if you want to, one of the tips on my blog was about the artist's way. This is where you create an artist date once a week with yourself. It can be 5, 10, 15, 20. I got up to an hour a week, and you can art journal, you can just paint, whatever you want to do, but have it be with you. Fill your bucket first, put yourself first, tell your family you're going to go in and it's your time so you don't have any interruptions. And this book is amazing if you want to get this and read it. It's just like my little art Bible. There's so many different amazing things in there. Okay, let me see what else I have here. Engage in art and still away from your busy schedule. Art journaling is radiant and helps us feel carefree. Why does it do this? Because you're relaxing and you're going with your gut, and you get to choose your own colors. You don't have any set rules. There's no directions, no rules, only playing and freedom with how you want to mark up your page. So let me show you this. I'm going to, okay, so I want to show you how I do the, Mod Podge. So we're going to do it on the back of this page. So shake it up really good. This is matte, medium. Gloss is good if it's your last layer. You're done with your project. So I get the paintbrush. You don't want it really soaking wet, just lightly. And then dip I just use it right out of the container. I don't pour this into another container. Some artists do, I don't. So here's a piece of tissue paper. Oh, I'm gonna use this other one. Hold on. So this is my homemade tissue paper. I've taken a stamp and just tear a piece off. I freaking love this homemade, and I love the jagged edges. It just looks organic. You can put it wherever you want. So I'm only showing you this piece. I'll create another series of videos on a different, not with this, and show you how to do a layered collage. So in another class, but I didn't want to overwhelm. And so you first lay down some Mod Podge. It doesn't take a lot, but you want to make sure it's all covered. You'll get bubbles. And then lay your tissue paper down. You can take your clean credit card, kind of get it down. And then down here, I didn't apply any, and you can kind of tell because it's kind of just still wispy. And sometimes this will fold up. That's okay. You just get heavier layer there. That makes it fun. So then just get everything down. And then I wet my brush just a tad, redip it with Mod Podge, and go over the top so it seals it. Okay, I can see right here it's not laying down. So take your paintbrush and then go over the top again. This is just the most relaxing thing to do, you guys. And you don't have to stamp your own tissue paper. I use plain brown. This is actually pattern paper. The old McCall's and Simplicity patterns that our moms used to sew with. And there you go. You let that dry. Make sure and rinse out your paintbrush. This is a paintbrush. This is a glue, and it will ruin your paintbrush if you don't get it cleaned good. And then dab it and dry it on your paper towel. And then put your lid on your Mod Podge. And you want to let this layer dry. And so what I would do is you can take colored, like tissue paper. I have a whole big box up there. And you can make layers and layers. And then you could paint, just use your imagination. Or I'll be making future classes, recording future classes that can show you the next steps. But look how fun that design is. It's just an old-fashioned vintage stamp. And I use the Stays On ink pad because that's permanent and you won't get any smearing of ink. And once you start layering and painting, I mean, you can leave this like this. I personally would cover this and have the full page. And again, when you're doing this, you want to put a piece of wax paper between this so that your paint from this top page doesn't get through onto your other papers. Okay, so remember, there's no directions and no rules. You just get to play, have fun, relax your brain, get rid of the monkey mind. It builds confidence. Why wasn't that on there? This has built so much confidence and built my self-esteem just doing this stuff and creating and spending time on me and putting myself first. You guys, that's so important. I just hope that you'll make time. I almost said find time, but you have to make time. 5 minutes a day start with 5 minutes. If you have to, start with 3. Go in and do the first mark, or go in and do your first piece of this. The next morning, do the next layer. Just keep working at it and make sure that you fill your cup first. It's so important. Let's see here. I have a free self-care guide for you on my website, krisrudarmal.com. My Facebook private group is Confident, Courageous, Unstoppable Women, if you want to join that. Hashtag my name, if you can spell it. It's kind of difficult to spell. Or you can hashtag radical self-love. And I would love to see what you're creating. And if you have any questions, email me. I can help you that way. I offer complimentary free advice. So go ahead and ask your questions or let me know what you'd like me to teach next. I want to start a YouTube channel and start sharing some of this on there. So hopefully that'll be soon. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Have a great day.